Okay, thank you so much. In this presentation, I want to talk about some of the reasons that some of the points that we need to care about, and we need to we need to actually cut the usages of meat in our life. The first example which could clarify this point of view is that is about global warming. As you know, when we think about global warming, everybody tries to do something to cut this problem to combat global warming. And for example, people try to use public transportation instead of their personal automobile or vehicles, or some other people try to uh, shut down some of their, I don't know, electrical equipment uh, to use less amount of electricity, or something like this. But the point is that there are some other factors which are really more effective in comparison to vehicles and the usage of electricity and something like this. You know, if you want to make a comparison, we can say that 13% of greenhouse gases are produced or are generated by some vehicles and factories and motorcycles, automobiles, and some uh, equipment like that. But as a matter of fact, there is another point of the coin. There is livestock. Livestock and animal agriculture could generate a huge amount of methane. And I can say that 50% of greenhouse gases are emitted by livestock and especially cows, because in the digestive process, this gas, I mean methane, is released considerably, and it has a really huge effect on global warming. And we really need to do something about it, uh, along with, I mean, omitting the usage of, for example, or shutting down the usages of personal automobiles or vehicles or something like this. And some other points which could clarify this point of view is that, and also, if we try to eat a lot of meat, our sources of water would be under the danger. For example, if we look at the different types of industries, you can see that hydraulic fracking, which is a part of industry in every country, and it needs about 378 billion liters of water every year in the United States on average. But animal agriculture needs 130 trillion liters of water every year on average. And it means that uh, even livestock needs a huge amount of water, and it really threatens our sources of water. And we really need to do something about it. And also another example which could really exemplify this situation is that if you eat a hamburger with a weight of whose weight is about 110 grams, it needs about, I mean, it consumes about 660 gallons of water, because of the grains and because of the some materials that cows eat to actually to get obese and get raised and something like this. But it means that it is equivalent to the situation in which a person takes a shower for 2 months continuously. So if we want to mention or to evaluate the usages of water in different actually factors and items, we can say that domestic usages of water is about 5%, or let's say constitutes 5% of water usages in the United States on average. And also, if you want to mention livestock, it makes up about 55% of water usages in a year in the United States. And also, if we try to eat meat and more meat, and for example, if you mention the fishing, overfishing is another problem that actually endanger some of the species, and some of the species are extinct these days because of overfishing. And another factor is deforestation, and because these days people have more appetite and voracious appetite for eating more and more meat, and we can say that every second in the United States, a pasture with the area of one football land or football field is generated or produced for taking care of different types of animals, and it's really devastating because it's the deforestation. It's the main source of a leading cause of deforestation. And also another factor is that animal excrement are really problematic these days because these some
Celebration.
business people are taking up different types of animals, cows, and so on, and the excrement is really huge, and
Deforestation.
I think that these problems could contaminate all of the sources of water, and some problems like that, and it could lead to different type of disease and illnesses and something like this. But if you look at some of the companies and some of the websites that know themselves as environmentalists, we never see something about these points. You know why? Because it's a lucrative business and they don't want to spoil or ruin this situation. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed.